Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today, we are going to be talking about Ripple and XRP, so let's just dive in, and let's start off with the dollar. So this chart is very interesting. We have been watching it for the last couple days, and I do want to take you guys over here to the 3-day chart because this is very important to watch. So as we are watching the dollar continue to fall, we are currently trading at about 104.295. We did come down to test about 103.4. And the interesting thing about this is that this is that June 15th, the 3-day span of June 15th, where we came down and tested that before we started to climb back to the top. Now, we are going to watch this pretty closely to see what's going to happen next. But I am watching this because this is also support from April. We ranged on this for a while. We had some wicks down below, but what have I said on this channel every single time that I talk to you guys a little bit about candle wicks? Candle bodies are more important. And right now, even around the US dollar, as everyone is saying, okay, well, the next major, thing around the US dollars that's going to collapse and crypto's going to go crazy, blah, blah, blah. 2023 looks incredible. And although 2023 does look great for crypto, we still have a little bit ways to go on the dollar. Why do I say that? Well, look at the candle bodies, right? Go all the way back to June. This is where we settled on support before we started to have that climb back up. This is also testing support of recent resistance from April. And I don't know if we have any long-term support here. Let me go to the 1-week span real quick. So, wow, okay, this is very interesting. So this is nearly testing the 2016 high, which was also resistance. And this is that major support area. So this is interesting as well. And by the way, weekly candle bodies, a little bit more important here. You do see quite a bit of support around the range that we are trading at. Back here, let me see what is going on. So, ooh, this is actually pretty interesting. So, a few things to note back here is we have the two levels, 103.4 and almost 104. And we do see that the 103 range was support. We had slight wicks. This is back in 2000, mind you, before this massively climbed. But also over here, we do see in a downtrend that we've seen significant bounces off of the 104 range back here. And this is support. And we climbed back above some fib levels and we were met with significant resistance at around like 109 almost before continuing to trail down in 2000. And we didn't bottom out until about 2005. And then we started to climb back up. But we all know how that went, ranging into basically 2008. And then finally, we got out of 2008, and that's when we started to kind of just trail sideways on the macro and get to the point where we are at now. So, when we really kind of look at the dollar, I think that we have to be a little bit more patient. This is not going to happen overnight, and the dollar's not just going to collapse immediately. But I do believe that we will get to the point where we will start to fall gradually. And we're kind of seeing the dollar as a currency lose its reserve state overseas. We are starting to see a lot of movement away from it. And there's also a few other factors. One of the biggest factors is the Japanese central bank. So, Wall Street Silver posted this a few days ago on December 20th. The Japanese central bank has lost control. If rates rise to 3% yield, 100% of the Japanese budget goes to paying interest on their debt. Is the market predicting a Japan default? This is massive devaluation, by the way. And is Italy, Greece, and the EU next? This could be very interesting. Now, one thing that I do want you guys to all understand is that central banks are out of control right now. They have fully lost control. I don't believe that they could fix what has started. I think that we are getting to the inevitable point of a recession. A lot of people say that we're already in a recession. I know that BlackRock has been predicting a recession in 2023, 2024. when I look at what's happening around a recession and around the economy, I do think that we have a little bit more time, and I do think that we might actually see a massive roar across the stock market and even risk on asset classes like crypto during that time. I might address this in another video soon talking about that, but I have been addressing this for a little bit of time. I do think that a wave 5 is going to happen, and after that, we are going to see one of the largest crashes in history of finance. But I do suggest everyone should be owning some silver and gold. We actually do see down here from Wall Street Silver, none of us own enough silver and gold for what is coming, just my opinion, plus copper, lithium, nickel, and all of the battery commodity metals own hard assets. And I completely agree. This is why I have been diversifying even outside of crypto. I've been, buying a lot of metals. I've been buying a lot of commodities. I've been looking at gold. I've been looking at silver. Silver is one of the biggest holdings that I do have around physical items. And I've also been looking at a few other, areas to diversify at some point in time. I do really want to go heavy into real estate, but I am waiting for the perfect time. And I do believe that, yes, the recession will start from a housing market collapse. But again, why is Japan very important? Martin Heisbowick posted this over on Twitter. Apart from sushi and weird anime, of course, making a joke, the BOJ extended corridor for 10-year. Japan holds large assets in US, France, and Australia. And check this out. 253 trillion yen. This is insane. So when we look at this is a very, very large amount of holdings, and it's all centered around the US. Like you could see, like this is all, it's a systemic risk, right? Like they are holding massive amounts of US debt, and it's a systemic risk that will cascade and it will have network effects across the financial system. I'm telling you guys, the entire global system is overstretched. They are not only spending beyond their means. It's funny because like we always talk about individuals, spending beyond their means, but what about the government, right? We're seeing massive amounts of debt, roaring, all-time high figures, historical levels of debt. What do you think happens next? It is only a matter of time. And talking about the dollar, here we have it from Gold Telegraph. Breaking news: dollar-denominated bond sales by non-financial companies have dropped to a record low, 37% of the global total in 2022. Noticing the trend, and here we have smaller nations, including at least a dozen in Asia, are also experimenting with de-dollarization, and corporates around the world are selling an unprecedented portion of their debt in local currencies, wary of further dollar strength. This is also why I've been buying crypto, right? I've been taking positions. Just to give you guys a quick insight on my holdings right now, I'm about 60-40, right? I still have 40% in stables. I'm 60% in positions. And I will continue to average into positions that I feel very confident about. I'm going to be posting a lot on Twitter in the Discord. More in depth I will do on my Patreon. If you guys want to go check that out, you guys are more than welcome to in the description below. I just said that I am in the middle of moving. So in 2023, starting in the new year, there's going to be so much content being posted, not only on, all of the free outlets, but also even on the website and stuff like that. Because I think that we are getting to the point where we are about to see a huge opportunity to make a ton of wealth. Right now, everyone should be focused, and I say everyone should be focused on making as much money as possible and putting it to the side. If you have disposable income right now, I'm not even joking, consider yourself lucky, because what we are about to see is an incredible buy-in opportunity. We technically have it in front of us, but I do think that we have a little bit more pain, and the entire world is going to be on a discount. And over here, we do see from Luke Groman, Reuters discussing multi-currency energy pricing with gold settlement. As China reopens, it should import more oil. If the trend of the last 5 years holds, China oil market share will likely flow to those suppliers willing to sell in CNY. And we do see down here from Gold Telegraph, as the start of this year, the yuan accounted for 17.1% of Russia's FX and gold reserves, the most recent available data. Central Bank Governor, I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name, last week said Russia has sufficient funds in yuan and gold. So when we really kind of look at China and also Russia, and by the way, yes, this was breaking news about Russia likely to buy yuan on FX market in 2023. Reminder, Russia will use the digital ruble for settlements in China in 2023. Yeah, this is changing. And you know what's funny? I want to go back in time to this video that was shared back in 2018. This is from Jim Rickards. This was 2 minutes and 36 seconds long. And yes, we will talk a little bit about how XRP plays into all of this here in a second, but listen closely to this video.
So here's a preview of the future. When I say the future, everything on the slide is already in development or working. So this is not science fiction. This is not something for the 22nd century. It's happening now. Basically, China and Russia are building their own cryptocurrency system. Now, when I say cryptocurrency, don't go out and buy Bitcoin. I don't like Bitcoin. I think it's the worst thing you could do. But the world of cryptocurrencies is not limited to Bitcoin. There are actually over 2,000 cryptocurrencies, some of them quite small. But you could go home tonight with the right software, you could invent your own cryptocurrency called the Icon coin. But Russia and China are developing their own. What used to be called the blockchain, today people call it the distributed ledger. So this is distributed ledger technology. They're developing their own coin or token. It'll be heavily encrypted, military-grade encryption, with their own pipes, meaning their own kind of private internet. And imagine an economy that looks like the following. So Iran sells oil to China. North Korea sells weapons to Iran. China sells infrastructure to Russia. Russia sells weapons to China. Russians take a vacation in Turkey because it's a pretty country, and so on. So I've just described a whole trading network, and imagine it's all done with this cryptocurrency. So all we do is keep score. And you can keep score with baseball cards, bottle caps. I mean, it doesn't have to be money to keep score. It's just a way of keeping track. Pegged to the SDR, the special drawing right, and we'll talk a little bit more about that, managed through a cryptocurrency system that's encrypted and secure. And then every now and then, once a month, once a quarter, once a year, we look at the chits and we decide who owes what to whom, and we settle up in gold. And we put the gold on a plane, fly it over to the other guy, and there it is. So this is a combination of a 21st cryptocurrency system with a 19th century or 5th century BC, if you like, gold system. You're combining the two, the oldest form of money and the newest form of money. Notice what's missing in everything I just described. No dollars. There's no dollar in that system. The SDR, the cryptocurrency, gold, the ledger, the trading network, all play a role, but there's no dollar in that system. That's what we're moving up towards. So
And what have I been saying for so long about this system? We will see DLT and cryptocurrencies, not all of them. Remember, not all cryptocurrencies will be utilized for this system. I've talked about how we could see XRP be the bridge currency for all of those currencies, any of those currencies that will be utilized within the system in the SDR, right? Basket of currencies. I've talked about how we could have XRP at the bridge of that to bridge all of those SDRs so that they could settle between one another. And here we're seeing like net balances can be settled periodically in physical gold. In my opinion, when we look at what XRP will facilitate there, it will be the bridge currency to settle between any two tokens or any two currencies. And this system will be backed by gold. I've addressed this. There was a video recently where I posted, I think it might have been like a month ago, where I was talking about this gold-backed SDR system centered on DLT and crypto. This is happening. And this is coming very, very fast. I want you guys to realize how big of an opportunity that we have here to be at the forefront and the core of the system. It will be not only life-changing, but it will be a monumental event in history of finance and technology. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys did it, if you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day or beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.